All right, special edition of the Outer Banks This Week podcast. I already kind of talked about this gentleman coming in and being in the studio with me. You may have heard his voice one or two times before, or maybe three times before.
On this podcast, three times. Yeah.
Three times, yeah, there we go.
Well, I know it's just a blip on your radar screen, but see, it's a big deal for me. That's why I keep count. It's my third.
And
this will be my fourth, yeah.
The thing is like you always come with something interesting to talk about. You're a man of many talents. You have a lot of things going on, and it's all for people to do things here on the Outer Banks, whether it's they're reading it, whether they're viewing it, whether they're touring it, whether they're thinking about things, having to do trivia,
right?
Trivial type thing. Mr. Greg Smrdel right across from me, everybody. Woo! Welcome back, Mr.
That was
Greg.
the very definition of a smattering of applause right there.
How the heck are you? You look good.
I'm good. I feel good. Yeah.
How's
I look good because I just left Ben's. Reynolds. I just got my hair cut for this.
Ben Reynolds, downtown Manteo.
So,
the local barber.
I didn't realize this was audio only, and I got a haircut.
Well, talk to me. I know it's been last fall since you've been in here. How was your winter?
It's been good.
Okay.
It's been busy. I've been pretty productive, and part of the reason I made myself very productive this winter was because last summer, as you know, because you were instrumental in helping me out, I had that retina surgery.
Yes.
So I had the entire summer where I did nothing. So I said to myself, all right, this winter I'm going to be really, really productive. So this summer I can do stuff again.
There you go.
I'll get out to the beach this summer. I'll get out and do some stuff this summer. Whereas last year I just had to kind of hang around the house all summer long.
I know that was a tough time because I remember. I mean, in a lot of ways, I remember you kind of called me a few times in a row, and I was in the middle of something. I called you, like, yeah, I'm on my way. I got to have emergency surgery. Can you cover down at New Vines? I was like, got you, boss. I'm there. So happy to help out. And again,
I appreciate it.
This man has helped me out in a lot of ways too. So it's kind of reciprocal here. And anyway, so for those that may not necessarily have been able to listen to the previous podcasts or whatnot, give us a little quick recap, who you are, how you got to the Outer Banks, and give us a little rundown of who is Greg Smrdel.
Well, I originally moved down here in May of '84.
Okay.
Went to work for Beach 95 Radio, WOBR, and back then was located in the swamps of Wanchese.
Yes, beautiful place.
I was actually working for a radio station in the islands of Lake Erie in Ohio.
Okay.
Got snowed in there for 3 days once, and I said, that's it. I'm done. Sent my audition tape to Beach 95, got hired. That's how I ended up here in the spring of '84. So that's how I got here originally. And now what I do is basically anything I could possibly do to not have a job. That's what I do.
Hold on. I'm trying to make sense of that.
I do not want to punch a time clock ever again in my life. I never want to do the corporate lifestyle, which I have done for too many years. So I do everything I could possibly do to not have to do that.
You keep your own time clock.
I do keep my own time.
You punch in and punch out as you want without having to answer to anybody but the good Lord above and yourself.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Why not? Sure.
So you end up here at Beach 95. I remember Beach 95.3.
Sure.
Yeah. I remember the call letter, the call signs and the numbers and everything like that. That was a great station too.
Oh, man, yeah.
Good times listening to that station. But so let's see. All right, you've built several projects around Manteo and the Outer Banks. Now, what makes this place such a creative, inspiration for you?
Well, I'll tell you, and this actually kind of hit me like a ton of bricks, I'll be honest with you. And it was, I don't remember exactly when, but our mutual friend, John Harper, right?
Yes.
John and I have coffee 2, 3, 4 times a week sometimes. And I just remember he and I were sitting on one of the picnic tables over there behind Poor Richard's one sunny late morning, early afternoon. And I said to John, I said, all these people that keep passing us by, right? Their entire year, they think about this 1 week that they can be here. All year long, they think about this 1 week. Dude, we're here every day.
Yeah, you're right.
And let's not ever forget that. And I think about that all the time. I am so lucky and so fortunate to have found this place, and it just speaks to me, and that's why I came down, and then eventually I left for a little while and came back again. So, yeah.
Well, sometimes, I mean, that's like when I grew up here.
Yeah,
It's my home.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how blessed I was. So when I left, went in the Army and everything, and thought I was going to be all I could be, all I could think about was how fast can I get home?
Right. Yeah. We are truly, in your words, blessed to be able to live here. I firmly believe that.
Absolutely. So if you met someone for the first time in town, how would you describe what you do? You do a lot of things.
Yeah. That's a good question. And I don't know that I can describe it properly. I think entertainer, let's put it that way, right? Because everything that I do, there's some form of entertainment in the component, right?
That's true.
Whether it's hosting trivia, whether it's writing novels, whether it's writing nonfiction books, whether it's stand-up comedy, whether it's on the radio, whatever it is, there's some component of what I do is hopefully entertainment. And so that, I think that's probably how I best describe the stuff that I do, giving tours. Because the tours that I give, it's not like you're listening to a history professor from UNC Chapel Hill. And that's the way I sometimes describe it. It's not dry, dusty history, on this date, this happened, this date. No, I make it as fun as I can, as entertaining as I can, even funny. I put in jokes and stuff along the way too.
Right.
So yeah, I just try to entertain people. That's what I try to do.
Well, that's true. And I mean, you're very good at it.
I appreciate that.
You're very, very good at it. I mean,
you.
if there's one thing I can say, I mean, that's, and that's very true what you just said about how, like, the best way to describe what you do, entertaining,
Yeah.
with, and I failed to mention Radio Free Outer Banks.
Yeah.
So I apologize for that. But
That's
I mean,
all right.
between that, the trivia, the books that you're writing, the comedy, we're going to go through some of this stuff here in just a few minutes.
All right.
And the walking tour. But you do a lot of things to entertain people. Let's start with the walking tour, though.
Okay.
I want to start there.
All right.
Now, for anyone that's never been to the Outer Banks, now what exactly is the Manteo Walking Tour?
Well, it's just what it sounds like. It's and the way I describe it is, it's like it's a nice leisurely stroll through downtown Manteo and along the waterfront. And on the way, you learn about the history of the town, the island, and all of the Outer Banks. And like I say, it's fun, it's engaging, it's entertaining. I'll actually pit family against family or state against state, because you got multiple people from all different areas, and we'll ask like questions. What do you think this is? How far back do you think this goes? And we'll see which family member or which state actually gets the right answers along the way. So it's almost kind of like a little bit of a game show, and we slide the history. It's like how when you were a kid, or you have kids, you know this, when you have to give them medicine, you got to slide it into something.
Yes.
So that's kind of what it is. I slide the history in, we shove it into that Jello.
Yes.
So yeah.
So you say, I mean, and that's the thing, like, you're not talking to people when you're doing these tours. You're talking with them and making them a part of the tour.
Yeah. And I think, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back with this, but one of the things I think I can do pretty well is read a crowd. And that's because of the stand-up comedy, I think. Right? When you have a crowd in front of you, you have to read how they're reacting. If they're not reacting to the jokes you're telling on this subject, end it. Let's go here. Let's see if that works. So you have to kind of read the crowd. And there's too many tours that I've personally been on where it's like they've got this standard, here's the tour.
Right.
And whether you're glassy-eyed and tuning out doesn't matter. This is the tour. So I try to tailor it to the people that are with me.
There you go. That's important. And that's a very important thing, is you're right. I've been on tours before of things, and it's like, you're the most dull person I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely not what you're going to experience if you do a Manteo Walking Tour with Greg. So I'm guessing, I don't want to guess because I don't want to be wrong. I'm good at guessing and being wrong, but like, your background in trivia and storytelling it influences how you design the tour. Is that an accurate statement?
It is. Yeah, okay. Sure. Yeah. Because, as I say, we'll go visit certain spots, and I'll even try to involve other people into it too. So like, for an example, this house over here on Croatan Avenue at the end of Devon. Why am I, the name is drawn, I'm drawing a blank on the name. Nathaniel and Eliza Midget Gould house.
Yes.
That house there. We go out, stand out in front of it. I tell them the story on it. And then I also involve, Angel Corey wrote a book from the viewpoint of the youngest daughter of Nathaniel Gould's youngest daughter. So we'll tie that in too. So it's like a big story. It's like, it's just not point A to point B to point C. We try to tie things in as we go along as well. So that's, I think, where the storytelling might come in.
So let me ask you this, with the storytelling and some of the different things on the tour, like what are things that people tend to be more surprised to hear when you're doing the tours?
Honestly, that Andy Griffith lived here.
Really?
People are, a lot of the times people are shocked to find out that Andy Griffith lived here for 56 years. But what's shocking to me is other people that have never heard of Andy Griffith.
What?
When I bring it up on the tour, they're like, I don't know who that is. Okay, that's when I shift gears. Okay, then we don't talk about Andy because you don't even know who he is.
Yeah.
So there's no point in it.
That's almost disheartening in a way.
Yeah, but what's funny is, and the house I'm talking about, right? That big white house there on Croatan Avenue. When we finish up there, I'll always say, well, let's walk back into town. And I'll have like people from Chicago or Nashville, and they're like, we left town? I'm like, yeah, it's up there.
Yes.
So, yeah. So there.
Well, that is really surprising that there's just, some folks that they don't know who Andy Griffith is.
Yeah,
That's
I always say your parents didn't raise you right. That's what I tell them.
Well, so the tour, it was voted second best outdoor activity on the Outer Banks by the Coastland Times, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, so what did that recognition mean to you? Tell me about that. That's a big thing.
What beat the tour, number one outdoor activity was the OBX water park. And I thought, well, if I'm going to lose to somebody, hell, I'm glad to lose to them,
Yeah, I mean, that's the water park.
Yeah. But I was shocked when I got second place in that because, I knew that we did a good tour. I knew that, people had fun doing it, but for essentially locals, because that's who's voting on these polls are generally locals. But for them to have voted that as second best outdoor activity, I thought, man, that's great. That's just awesome. So,
that's a testament.
I'm
for
very
sure.
appreciative of it. Yeah,
absolutely. So I want to start talking about some of these books here in just a few minutes, but I want to ask you one last thing. Okay. Sure. Now, all kinds of people take these tours. Is it just, vacationers? Is it just history? Like, what kind of people? Is it all kinds?
It's all kinds. Yeah. We open up the season today when this drops is Friday, right? Which is the 20th. So our season open on Wednesday. We've already taken tours out. We took a tour out by the time this air drops at 6 a.m. We have a tour at 10 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
So if you're listening at 6 a.m. and you want to join the tour, we take one out at 10 this morning. But it's people right now on spring break is what it is. Various different places. The family that I took last week, I call it my preseason tour because we weren't open yet, but they were only in town. So I thought it was like preseason baseball.
Yes.
It was a practice tour for me. They were from Maryland. So a good deal of vacationers, yes. I also have locals. Some of the people at Trivia like, well, we've never done that. We're going to come out and do it this year. And then some of the like hotel workers and stuff too that are, down for the summer, don't know about the area. And so and when people are asking them questions, if they're working the front desk at a hotel,
right,
server, busser, that kind of thing at a restaurant, some of them are taking the tour, so they have things that they can interact with other people on. So
there you go. Yes, and that's actually something. If you're listening and you're in the industry, it's some sort of hospitality business
right.
here on the Outer Banks. Probably be beneficial for you to take do a Manteo Walking Tour with Mr. Greg, so that way people do have those questions. Number one, you might be able to answer them, and then say, "Oh yeah, by the way, you want to know more? Go do the Manteo Walking Tour."
And if you are part of the service industry and you're working here and you're living here, and that's the reason you want to do it, just get a hold of me. You do it for free. I won't charge you.
Look out.
Just so you guys can, spread the word, I guess.
There you go. That's awesome. There you go. See, I'm telling you, there's not many people that pour as much into the community as this guy does. I'm telling you, the guy sitting across from me right now pours his heart and soul into this area. And that's the honest to God's truth.
I appreciate that.
Let's talk about these books. Now,
okay.
You're a writer.
Yeah.
You've written, how many books have you written so far? A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
I don't know the number.
He lost count and started counting again. It's like 10 rounds with Jose Cuervo. So, like, you got a book that's coming out. Was it called Wrong Order?
It's called Wrong Order. So let me give you a little background on it.
Let's do it.
I wrote a book, came out last spring, I think it was, or summer, called Trivia Night, Murder on the Outer Banks. Now,
Yes.
this one was about a trivia host that has people come to his trivia games that tick him off, so he kills them. He becomes a serial killer. I have no idea where I came up with the premise for that. But
okay.
So in that book, so Downtown Books here in Manteo, right? 2 young ladies work there. Chloe, who now owns it, and Reese, who works there. Reese and Chloe play trivia Thursday nights at New Vines on occasion. And Reese said to me, she goes, I want to be in your book. I'm like, all right, we can do that. I said, do you want to be somebody who was killed, or do you want to be the SBI agent that solves? I want to be the SBI agent. So Reese is the SBI agent that solved Trivia Night, Murder on the Outer Banks. And so now what I've done was develop this mystery series with Reese as the SBI agent. There's another murder now in the new book called Wrong Order. This is a lady that was murdered that plays trivia on Thursday really loud and was really ticked because I didn't put her in the first book.
Oh, gosh.
So I said, I'm going to kill you off in this next book because I'm sick of hearing about it. So her body was discovered in a shallow grave over at Festival Park. Reese comes in as the SBI agent and solves that case here in Manteo.
Okay, so that's
kind of the thumbnail sketch of it.
Okay, so that was Trivia Night, correct?
No. The Festival Park one, that's Wrong Order.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got twisted up for a second there.
Yep.
So you how much of real Manteo appears in the book?
Pretty much the whole thing. I mean, absolutely the whole thing. Yeah, I don't I use real places. I use real people. I get their permission, of course, first. But yeah, I mean, New Vines is in it. Lost Colony Tavern is in it. Mia's Bakery is in it.
Okay.
I use actual places and actual things on the Outer Banks. SBI agent is different. The Manteo police chief is different. But, some things you don't want to mess around with.
I was going to say, that may not be, that could easily.
But the Manteo police station is still on Ananias Dare Street. I mean, everything is geographically the way it is in Manteo. Festival Park is where Festival Park is. So
it's not like you have a ferry that's going to take you from Hatteras to Chapel Hill.
No, not at all. No,
okay.
This is all real.
All right. I just wanted to make sure that we covered that part.
And the funny thing is, Justin, I'm writing the book and I'm like, okay, he's going from here to here. And you know how things are so linear sometimes. So you forget what comes first, right?
Yes.
And so it's like I had to take a drive down the main drag here. And say, oh, yeah, that's first. That's second. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're right. There's times when I'm having this. I'm like, all right, are they going past the Pioneer? No. They're not quite to. They got to go like one little step past the Pioneer Theater to get to my office, and I'm telling people where to go. And a lot of times I just don't park out in front of the Pioneer, and I'll come out and let me know, and I'll come outside and get them.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about Reese Roy.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, we're gonna come back to that, but without any spoilers, what kind of mystery are readers stepping into in Wrong Order?
Well, it's a kind of different. Okay, so in the Trivia Night, the first book, you knew who the killer was from page 1,
right?
And the mystery was, how did it get solved? This one is different in the fact that at first you don't even know who the murder victim is. That takes some time to develop, and then you won't know to the very end who the killer was. So it's completely different. It's almost reverse. Page 1 in the last book you knew, and the mystery was in how was it solved. This book, you don't know till the very end. So, yeah. So
okay.
Different approach.
Okay, so now is this going to be part of a larger series and featuring Reese?
It will. It will, yeah. I already have And as far as this Wrong Order Reese Roy, if it's okay that I can say this,
Yeah.
I have a book signing, by the way, April 15th at Downtown Books from 2 to 4 in the afternoon, I think it is, for this book. So this book is pretty much wrapped up.
Okay.
I'm getting it together now. Hopefully I'll have my copies in time for April 15th. And I already know what the next book is going to be in this series. So yes, it will be a series. I don't know if it's going to be a 3-book series or a 5-book series or even something more than that, but it is a series.
Okay, and that next book is... Oh, we can't tell me yet.
I can tell you what it... I can't say.
Okay, let's not. Let's just
I don't
stop
even know
right
the
there.
title of it yet.
Let's just stop right there. We'll stop right there.
The title doesn't come to me until the last page, honestly.
And that's really unique. That's a unique thing because, like, sometimes I think that people need to just write the story and then come up with the...
Yes.
Because somebody will put a title to something. Sometimes I'm like, where did they get this title?
Yeah.
And then, but like, I love the way you're doing that. You're writing the story and then you're like, all right, what's going to be the most appropriate way to...
And on this one, Wrong Order, you won't understand what the title means until you get to the last page.
See, I love that uniqueness, the mystery there.
Yeah. As soon as you get to the last, now I know what it means.
Okay. So, all right. And you're saying that these books, or that book rather, be out in the near future. You're hoping to have copies.
It'll be out by April 15th. Yeah.
By April 5th, tax day. So
that's right. Yeah.
Go get your tax returns done. Come back, get the book, get it signed.
Right.
The end. I just told everybody what to do on that day.
There you go. Your day's planned out.
Yeah. All right. Now you got another
go
book.
See you at McGrath's Burger Shack for trivia that night because it's a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday. So see, that would be
6 o'clock. Go see Justin, have a hamburger,
yes,
and play some trivia.
Yes, good times, man. We have a blast over there for sure. All right, you have another book though. It's Move to the Outer Banks.
Yeah,
is that correct?
It is.
All right, now a lot of people really do dream about moving here. I hear it all the time. When I used to work in the hospitality business, I guess we'll like at Fish Heads and different places. Yeah. They'd be like, "You live here? Oh, you grew up here? Man, that's a dream. That's a blast. I can't believe you get to be here all the time."
Right.
So, but your book, Move to the Outer Banks, tackles that idea head on. Now, why? I think I can guess why you wrote it, but I'm going to let you tell me why you wrote it.
Yeah. Well, and when I first wrote it, Justin, it came out just before Christmas. I had a lot of people are like, "Why are you telling people to move here?" It's like, well, understand what I'm writing first of all before you start digging in, right? So it's a practical guide on how to move down to the Outer Banks, but what I cover it because people do want to live here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't born here. You were born here. You were lucky. You were born here. I wasn't. I discovered it. I made it happen. I did it. So I know the steps that it takes to do. Now, I am very upfront in this book. I tell people living here is not easy. You are not on vacation. It's nothing like vacation. You are not on vacation 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. It is nothing like that. Living here has its own inherent problems. Finding housing, right?
Yes.
Finding healthcare, right?
Right.
That's tough.
Yes.
Finding an income where you can have one job. You just got done saying, I've got 8 or 9 jobs. Yeah, I do. Why? Because it's expensive to live here.
Yeah.
Right? So there are lots of issues that you have to overcome to live here on the Outer Banks. Now, if you're a rich dude and you have no responsibilities in your life, piece of cake. But most of us aren't that.
No, you're right.
So if you are, and I say this, if you are hell-bent on moving to the Outer Banks, understand these are the issues. But if you really, truly still want to do it, here's how you can do it. Here's what you got to look out for. So it's a little practical guide. It's not long. I forget what it is, 75 pages maybe. But it's if you really, truly, after you consider these things, want to do it, here's how you do it.
God, okay. So I guess that kind of goes along with some of the misconceptions that people have.
Yeah, well, sure. Yeah.
About living here is like, you're not on vacation 24/7.
You're not.
So is that what you said? That's like the biggest misconception?
Yeah. And even with I don't know how it is for you, but I know when I moved here in the 80s, now you have family, you have friends that come down and they visit, and it's like, okay, we're going to go out to have dinner at whatever tonight. And I'm like, okay, I got to work.
Yeah.
But, you have fun.
Yep.
And so they just assume that they're going to go have dinner, that you're going to go with them. They're going to lay out at the beach all day. You're going to go with them. See, when you live here, that's not what you do.
Right. Oh, you're absolutely right. So, all right, let me ask you this. Now, who is this book really for? Is it like retirees, remote workers, dreamers? I know a few people that actually work remotely and they live right here on the Outer Banks. My buddy,
do.
I think you know who I'm talking about. His name is Uncle Ray.
Uncle Ray.
Uncle Ray works remotely.
He does. And you can do that. But again, you got to find housing, right? You got to find healthcare. You got the job part. Ray's got the job part.
Yep.
With the remote working, but he's still got to find healthcare.
Yep.
And he's still got to find housing. So, he's got one of the three things covered, but there's still two other issues that he has to worry about as well.
Well,
so it's for everybody.
Yeah.
It's for everybody. It could be a retiree that, if they're secure with their healthcare and, whatever, or if it's a dreamer. Heck, I was a dreamer back in the 80s and I made it happen. It's just how willing are you to?
That's true.
To do it, really. Yeah.
Yes.
How many you've seen it? You've got people that come down here, and if they get past their first winter, sometimes they stay, but sometimes they don't get past their first winter, they leave.
Yeah.
So
it can be a cold winter.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Literally and figuratively.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what are some of the biggest mistakes people make when planning to move to the coast?
Not having those things addressed ahead of time.
Okay.
Yeah, number one. Some of them will move down and say, I'll just figure it out when I get there. And then those are the people that like, maybe this isn't for me. So I think that's the biggest mistake is not, and that's why I give you this practical guide. So there's some worksheets in there too. Here's what you got to figure out.
Worksheets.
So, yeah.
Oh, wow. It's like a workbook.
It is. It's a practical guide on how to do it if you really want to do it.
So would you say is it safe to say for someone that's listening right now about thinking about moving here, like one of their first steps would be to try to kind of get some of those things addressed, job, housing? What would you say?
As well as I do, it's easy to find a job, but a lot of places down here won't hire you until that housing part of the equation is taken care of.
Yes.
It's easy to go to a place and say, I want to work because, working down here, businesses, they have a tough time staffing businesses, right?
Right.
So it's easy to find a job. But where are you going to live?
Yes.
I think housing is probably the first cog in that wheel that needs to be taken care of.
Okay. All right. So all these different things, telling people, giving them ideas and in your book about how to go about moving here and things like that. Now, what is Greg Smrdel's favorite thing about living on the Outer Banks? What's your favorite thing? The most, I guess.
Hanging out with Justin.
Funny guy. This is where we're going to get into comedy here in just a little bit.
I don't know. It's hurt, and it's going to sound cheesy, and I apologize ahead of time for saying it, but it's just like, I don't know. I feel like here I can breathe. I've lived other places, right? I've lived more places than just where I grew up and now.
Right.
I've lived at places in between there. But this place, it allows me to do what I would like to do, which is the writing, which is the tour. For an example, I grew up in Cleveland. Who cares about reading a book about Cleveland? Who cares about going on a walk? Where are you going to go on a walking tour in Cleveland? I mean, it's a great city. Trust me, I love Cleveland. Love it. Love Cleveland. But I can't do the things there that I can do here. And I love the history of this place. I love the people of this place. I love Manteo. I mean, there's no place else on the Outer Banks I'd rather live than Manteo.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, Wanchese is pretty cool too. And just
you won't let me in.
Huh?
You won't let me in. There's like a guard shack there with guys holding rifles, and they're like, "You don't belong here." I go, "You're right. I'll turn around."
I got to tell you a little funny story. I was doing trivia down in Avon, at Oceana's Bistro.
Yes, I know.
And one of my categories when I was going through it, I read it out loud, it was, "Are you smarter than a Wancheeser?" And everybody thought it was the funniest thing. And I was like, "Anybody in here from Wanchese?" And nobody put their hand up, and I put my hand up, and they all started laughing at me. And I was like,
can I tell you where that came from, that category?
Tell me that.
Last time, not today, but the last time I got my hair cut with Ben, he was telling me that he was going to his kid's school, which is in Wanchese.
Yep, Christian Academy.
Yeah, and the school has this like quiz where it's the parents against the kids. And one of the categories is, are you smarter than a Wanchese? And I'm like, I'm stealing that.
There you go. That was cute. That was cute.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of these funny little things. I mean, you do stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Okay. And you've written a book called How Stand-Up Comedy Works. Now, what made you want to break down comedy like that?
That's a good question. I don't, it's been something that was percolating in my brain for a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
And I have just, and the way I write is I work on multiple projects at once. I can't just do one book at a time, because I'll get to a point in a book where it's just like, okay, I got to put this to the side.
Right.
And not think about it for a little while. So in the meantime, let me think about this, work on that for a while, then work on this. So so along the way, as I get ideas, I'll make notes about those different ideas. And when I was putting Wrong Order to the side, and I've got a fourth book coming out that nobody here is going to be interested in. People in Cleveland will be interested in it. But I had gotten to the point where I just put that aside and I pulled out, let's see what else I got. And I was like, wow, I've got a lot more here than I thought I had, talking about the comedy book.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, well, let's go ahead and put a book together based on this. And it's gosh, I forgot the name of it now.
How stand-up
comedy works. Yeah. So it's a guide on how jokes work, how to write a joke, how to put a set together, how to last in comedy, what life looks like on the road as a stand-up comedian. And so it's like, if you're interested in, going up in front of your group at church and you want to do a, comedy routine, this will kind of take you on that path as to how you can put like a 5-minute show together.
Church comedy.
Yeah. Well, a lot of my friends make a good living on doing churches around the country.
Okay.
Comedy nights at churches. It's
gosh.
All clean comedy. Yeah, Jeff Foxworthy did a great bit of that when he first started out.
Church comedy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a big circuit, dude.
I didn't even think that was a thing.
It is a thing.
Wow. Learned something new.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. So most people think that jokes just happen. So is there a structure behind the joke? Like if I were to just look at you right now and say, Greg, tell me a joke. Like,
did you see that deer in the headlights look I just gave you?
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah. That's the misconception about comedy, I think. And I, before I started doing comedy, thought similarly, where people just get up on stage and they start talking. That's not it at all. There's a premise, there's a punchline. Everything has a premise, everything has a punchline. Sometimes if the joke isn't funny, most of the time, if the joke isn't funny, it's not the punchline's fault. It's the premise's fault.
Mm-hmm.
David Letterman very famously said once, believe the premise, believe the punchline. If you don't believe the premise, nothing you can do and that punchline is going to make a joke work. Nothing. So there is so you take somebody down a path, that's the premise. Then you take a left turn without telling them. That's the punchline. So I'm leading you this way, and then boom, I pull the rug out from underneath you. That's the punchline. That's how a joke works.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've heard this term before, engine of a joke.
Right.
So what is it?
And that's basically what I just explained.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like you have the engine itself is basically that premise, because that's moving you down a path. And then that misdirection is what creates the joke. So that's the engine of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I'd heard that before, but I didn't know you basically told me what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there you go. Perfect. Now, are people just born like, I'll say funny things from time to time, but I don't think I was born to be like a comedian or anything like that. Like now, is that something that you're born with? Can it be learned? Like, how does that work?
You can't teach funny, right? you're either born with being funny or not being born, or not born being funny.
Right.
But people are oftentimes funny and don't know it. So you can teach them the structure of a joke, and then it's like, oh yeah, I am funny because I can do this. But if you have absolutely zero ability to make a joke, like you say, you could be funny sometimes. So that means you can be taught to be a comedian.
Oh.
But if there's somebody that has gone through life that is just, monotone, has never cracked a joke, those people I can't teach to do comedy. But if you have on your own and amongst a group of friends or whatever have been funny, then you've got it in you. You just need to exercise that muscle, right? You can do bicep curls. That'll build the muscle on one arm and not on the other. So one arm will be big, one arm won't be.
Right.
But it's the same thing with being funny. You don't exercise that muscle, it just doesn't happen. I worked with this comedian once that he quit medical school to become a comedian. And he went through 4 years of college, went through 4 years of medical school. That's 8 years. He was 8 years as a comedian, and he's like, oh my God, I would have been making so much more money if I would have just stayed in med school. It takes a long time. People will look at you in comedy, not civilians, but comedy club owners. If you've not been a comedian for like 10 years, they're like, oh, you're still a newbie.
Oh, wow.
Because it takes that much repetition, getting up on stage, writing jokes, performing jokes, changing jokes. Once a joke's written, it's not cast in stone. It's something that you tinker with. You change a word here, you change a word there. There's a guy by the name of Tom Papa. He's a comedian. He did a TV show a number of years back called The Marriage Ref, which was a Jerry Seinfeld production. And he would always go on the road with Jerry Seinfeld as his opening act. And Tom said once, he was asked the question, we hear that Jerry Seinfeld, he just worries over single words and jokes. And he goes, well, here, I'll tell you what Jerry does, right? He goes, this is a little bit of an exaggeration, but not much. Jerry will obsess over to use the word also or TOO too. He'll obsess over to use the word also or to.
Huh.
Like 8 hours, he'll be like, is it funnier with also? Is it funnier with to? And he'll go back and forth, back and forth. Now that's an extreme.
Right.
But that's what you do in comedy is you're always picking apart jokes. In radio, say more with less.
Yep.
And it's the same kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of advice would you give someone who's always wanted to try stand-up? Like, I've honestly thought about it. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I went to your comedy show. I've been to your comedy show at Jolly's one time. And
was I funny?
Yes, you were. You got up there and it was like, but it was almost like it was natural. Like you'd been doing it forever. And I know you've been doing it a long time.
That's years. It's repetition.
Let's say let's say somebody was like, Justin, we're going to give you a shot. We're going to put you on the stage and you hired me to open for you.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. You ready?
Yep.
All right, Justin, next comedy show, you're doing 5 minutes up front.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're already time.
You got me messed up.
Yeah, we'll give you 2 or 3 minutes up front.
Okay.
I'll help you write your 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
And you're going to do it.
Okay.
All right, deal?
Let's try to figure this out.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe, okay, if the next show's in a month, obviously we won't do it that quickly. But let's say within calendar year 2026,
okay,
you and I are going to sit down. We're going to write out your 2 or 3 minutes. And you're going to perform those 2 or 3 minutes at the start of the next show, at the start of that show. Deal?
Let's work on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
You guys heard it. You all heard it.
Let's do it. You let me know and we'll sit down and you give me like 2 or 3 minutes to be like, all right, hey, got Greg Smrdel coming up here in just a few minutes. Yeah, that guy right over there.
Mm-hmm. And then you'll do 2 or 3 minutes, 3-4 minutes, whatever, worth of jokes. And
okay.
And we're going to get your comedy career started.
Let's try it. I'm going to try it. We'll give it a try. I can scratch. If anything, it'd be something I can check off my list of things that I've done in my life. I'm like, oh yeah, I've done stand-up comedy once.
Right. That's okay. Lots of people have done it once.
Well,
It's a bucket list thing for a lot of people. And
okay, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go.
all right.
All right. We're kind of tie this thing up. You've got so many different things. You're all over the place. Like if let me just we're going to wrap some of this stuff together. If someone wanted to spend the perfect day in Manteo, what should they do? Now, I can tell you the first thing they should do is do a walking tour with you. I mean, that's would be the first thing.
I appreciate
but
that.
What other things should they do?
And here's what's special about Manteo. When you come to Manteo, there shouldn't be a checklist. You should experience the town. And again, Andy Griffith lived here for 56 years. Andy Griffith has said, town of Mayberry is patterned after the town of Manteo in terms of the pace of the town and how, the townsfolks are and stuff. Geographically, yes, it's where Mount Airy was located in the mountains.
Yep.
Geographically, yes, but the town itself, very much patterned after Manteo. So when you come here, experience it that way. Take the tour if you like, or if you don't like, just go sit on the George Washington Carver, George Washington Creek Park. Sit out there, watch the water. I walk down that boardwalk all the time, and I'll see people sitting on the bench, and I'll say to them every time, "You got the best seat in the house."
Yeah, that's true.
Stroll down Sir Walter Raleigh Street or Budley, and walk in and out of the shops. Got some great restaurants here too. Right?
Oh my gosh, do we?
Have lunch at Lost Colony. Have lunch at Ortega's. Have dinner at 1587.
Oh.
Go to Hungry Pelican. I love going to Hungry Pelican.
I do too. Big salads.
Come downtown and just park your car and walk and enjoy the boardwalk and enjoy the shops, enjoy the restaurants, look at the water, look at the boats. Take Captain Johnny's dolphin watching tour.
There you go. That's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great tour. I take my grandkids on it when they come visit.
See?
Yeah. So just come here and enjoy. You don't have to have, we got to get this done. We got to get this done. No, just chill out. You're on vacation.
I like to call it freestyling.
Yeah.
Just freestyle around town.
That's right. Have a cup of coffee.
There you go. And maybe you might run into you with sitting down having a cup of coffee downtown. You never know.
Well, that's where I'm going right after this.
Right after this. Well, I'll get you out of it. But with the comedy thing, so a lot of people will probably wonder, like, who are some of your biggest influencers? Like, who influenced you to get into comedy?
Oh, comedy? Well, a few people. And I'm older than you. But I remember as a kid growing up, I used to listen. My dad had this record called The Button Down Mind of Bob Newhart.
Okay.
And Bob Newhart does this comedy routine about King Kong.
King Kong.
Listen to it on YouTube.
Okay.
It is hysterical. That bit, Andy Griffith's What It Was football. That was another one. This other guy by the name of Jimmy Brogan. And not a lot of people know who Jimmy is, but Jimmy was the head writer for Jay Leno on The Tonight Show.
Oh, wow.
And Jimmy was a stand-up comic. And I used to watch him on like A&E's Evening at the Improv, on Johnny Carson, stuff like that. I didn't even realize this until decades later when I got into comedy. Jimmy Brogan was a big part of me getting into comedy. Turns out Jimmy and I went to the same high school.
That's so cool.
I didn't even know it. He was years ahead of me, but I didn't even know it. So Jimmy Brogan was a big one. Gary Shandling was another guy that inspired me to get into comedy. And my favorite comedian of all time, sadly, has departed, Norm Macdonald. I love Norm.
Okay. Well, Greg, you juggle so many things. You do. Between the books, between the comedy, between the trivia, between the Manteo Walking Tour, between Radio Free Out. Did I mention? Yeah.
I think that's everything.
Is that everything?
I think so.
I feel like I'm forgetting something because it's just so many things. Like, how do you keep it all moving? How do you keep it all moving? Very carefully, I'm sure.
Yeah. And the funny thing is I don't have a calendar. I don't have a schedule book. I don't use the calendar in my phone. And for somehow, some way, I forget names constantly. I forget things that I should remember constantly. But for whatever reason, I know with Monday, okay, here's what I got to do today. Tuesday, here's what I got to do today. Wednesday. And if for some reason I'm able to keep that all in my head, and I I kind of have a schedule of how I do things. As you know, I get up early, do radio work. Then the next thing I do is write trivia games. And then after that is where I kind of schedule things like this, if I have that.
Okay.
And, afternoon is like miscellaneous things. And then at night, it's off to do trivia or music bingo. So,
okay. So, and I envy you for being able to keep it all up here in your head and being able to get it all scheduled. Because if I look at my phone on my calendar, at least a dozen times a day, at least. Really? And it may be not looking at that specific day, but I'm looking at like the days ahead and what I've got coming up. And if I don't put it in there, it gets forgotten really quickly. Yeah. So
I won't say I don't forget. Sometimes I do, but
I live and die by that calendar.
Yeah.
So
everybody's different.
Yes. Again, though, I'm like you, though, like in some ways where it's like I may not remember names, but for some reason, if you tell me your birthday,
really,
it'll stick to me. And like I may not nail it like right on the head the second time I see you, but I'll be like, it's in March, I know that, or whatever. And like I'm like, it's March like 20, and they're like, oh gosh, you're so close, or whatever. So anyway, that's just my little quirk thing.
September 28th.
September 28th. That'll be easy because my son's is September 26th.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I'll easily be able to remember that one.
Which boy?
My oldest one.
Okay.
He'll be 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
You'll be what, 44, 45?
Yeah.
A little bit older than me, you said. You're not much older than me. I'm 41. So what?
Are you kidding me? Seriously?
Yeah. You moved to the Outer Banks the year I was born.
You know how old I'll be in September?
This is one of those questions you don't want to get wrong.
No, get it wrong. It won't upset me.
55.
65.
65?
Yep.
Shut up, dude. Like, hold on. Okay, I mean, number one, I don't know why you'd lie about your age.
Right, yeah.
Number two, like, I mean, you got 65 wearing it very well.
Well, thank you.
Just saying, like, this is a result of living on the Outer Banks for over 40 years since,
Well, I moved here. I haven't lived here that long.
Oh, okay.
I moved down here, left for a while, came back.
Yeah, so, but I mean, still, like, it's like that book, Tuck Everlasting. Okay. Drinking from the everlasting water or whatever that keeps you alive. That's what you've done. You've drank the town water, and this is a result. Beautiful stuff. All right. I think we've gone on for a while now, but hey, look, one more thing before we go with everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
What if someone wants to learn more about the tour or your books?
Okay. Radio
Free Outer Banks. Where can they go to find all this stuff?
Well, hopefully it's easy. RadioFreeOuterBanks.com.
That's easy.
That. The tour, ManteoWalkingTour.com.
Simple.
Plus, if you're downtown, the little directional signs here, I'm up on those, and it's got not only my phone number on there, but it's got a QR code.
Okay.
So if you're downtown by the Magnolia Market, by the Pavilion, you'll see the directional signs. I'm on each one of those. You can get a hold of the tour that way, make reservations that way. Books, either Downtown Books or Amazon.
Okay.
So
look at that.
Makes it easy.
So many different things. And of course, your trivia nights. Now, you may not necessarily host every one of them, but you have like me, for example. Like I am employed by Greg in a lot of ways. He has me doing McGrath's on Wednesday nights.
Right.
But
Oceana's
Bistro down in Avon, which that one's coming to, that's kind of a seasonal one right now. I'm at McGrath's year round, but where do you let's say, man, I want to do trivia with Greg.
Me personally?
You personally.
Okay. Well, Monday at Shipwrecks.
Okay.
Tuesday, I alternate every other Tuesday at Sand Trap with Amy Hill.
Okay.
Wednesday, so Lost Colony Tavern at 6.
Okay.
And then when I'm done there, I gather together with the trivia gear, head out to Noosa Beach Grill.
Noosa Beach.
We start there as soon as I arrive, around 7:30.
Okay.
Thursday, New Vines here in Manteo.
Right.
Friday, Captain George's in Kill Devil Hills. And then Saturday, I do music bingo at Lost Colony Tavern.
Okay. There you go. So you want to know, and of course, that information, you have a Facebook page for all of that.
I do. It's, Greg Smrdel's Outer Banks Trivia and Music Bingo.
There you go. So you can just search him up right there. And I'll put some links for all that stuff in the podcast description.
Cool.
So people can, you want the books, click here. You want to go to the walking tour, click here.
Thank you.
You go to Greg's house, click here.
Thank you.
You want Greg's personal phone number, click here. You want Greg's Tinder account, click here. All that stuff.
Yeah.
See, there's my first comedy bit. I just did
That's
it.
right. That's right. That'd be joke number one. Okay. So,
Well, Greg, hey, thanks a lot, man. Again, I always enjoy having you in the studio.
I
Always
appreciate it.
enjoy being in your presence. I mean, I'm telling you, a fun guy to be around, somebody that really pours his heart and soul back into the community, wants you to have a good time while you're here. And I mean, he's made this a special place and he wants to share the special place with you. So Greg Smrdel, hey man, thank you again so much for being here.
Can I say hi to one person?
Hi, one person.
I just want to say, hey, Jody O'Donnell, it's me, Greg.
Oh, Jody. Yes, it is. It is Greg in here. I almost called you Jody. Lord have mercy. Greg, thanks again. A special edition of the Outer Banks This Week podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. And again, I'll see y'all again next week. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. There you go.